So this video concerns something that should be of interest to you, even if it's not particularly exciting, and it's not the kind of thing you think about normally. And it concerns security, and I'm talking about backup security and information security and life security. So my advice to you, following personal experience, is to get life insurance. And I think life insurance is fairly cheap, on the order of £10 a month or whatever. So you should really consider it because life can change you very quickly and very drastically, as has happened in my case, for example, a medical issue. So just imagine tomorrow something happens, or you find out something tomorrow, or you have some kind of accident or whatever, and suddenly you have to deal with a very new situation, a drastically different situation, and you might need some sort of backup security. So a simple thing to do, and my advice to you, is to get life insurance. It's not something that would normally occur to you, maybe, but you should definitely think about it. So get life insurance, pay your £10 a month or whatever it is it costs, and then you don't have to think about it anymore. And if something happens, medical injury, um, you lose your job or whatever, then you have some sort of recourse, some sort of help to get you through a difficult time. So I certainly wish that I'd had insurance, but I didn't, and I'm suffering the consequences now. But my advice to you is to get life insurance. It's cheap as chips, and very important to have, and it could be a real lifesaver for you. The other thing, apart from life insurance, is data security. Um, you should think about your computer, because I imagine most people have a computer, and also think about your phone as well. And the dependence that people generally have on their computer and their phone is very great, and it's easy to overlook and just assume that it will always be there. But things can happen, and data can be lost, computers can break and be lost, or computers can be infected with viruses or whatever and become unusable. So just imagine how you would cope if your computer was suddenly not available and it was stolen or it broke and didn't turn on when you hit the switch. Um, People are very dependent on their phones now as well. If your mobile phone didn't turn on or you lost data on it or something happened like that, how would you be able to cope? If your answer is that you wouldn't be able to cope, then you need to protect yourself. So make sure you get life insurance and make sure you back up your data. There are a lot of online providers out there for phone data and computer data. So find one, it won't cost very much, and just put your data on them so that if your computer is stolen or breaks, you have access to your information. It's the kind of thing that's easily overlooked, and many people think that they have backups of their data on disk or whatever, or they think they're careful with their data, and so that they're not going to have a problem. But there's so many things that can happen that can cause you to lose data. So think about making copies of your data offline and on some remote provider so that your data is available if you should need it. So simple information, back up your data and get life insurance, and then you can relax more.